Okay, this is our weekly webinar on tips and trips within ACT, and today we're going to talk about QuoteWorks and how QuoteWorks integrates with ACT and complements the sales opportunities and adds to the quoting process that ACT already has. So this is John Klebnik, and we've got ACT open. At the bottom, we've got QuoteWorks open. And one of the things I would do if I'm going to start my day is I'm just going to go find somebody, and we were looking at Lance a second ago. So if Lance calls me, I just type in Lance's name, and it pops up in all the Lances I can see here. Normally with ACT, you might go to New Opportunity and make your new opportunity here. However, with QuoteWorks, we would click our button at the top for QuoteWorks, which we've added by customizing the toolbar, and we'll go and bring up QuoteWorks right away. With QuoteWorks open, we can go, and there's multiple tabs here. Document items are the line items within the quote. For example, the items that we've purchased or we'll be quoting them. Sold to, shipped to is where I can bring in my information from ACT. And so if I click the button right here, it pulls the current contact straight into ACT. If I hit the magnifying glass, that allows me to search ACT for particular contacts, and I can copy that right in. If you want to, you can copy fields directly there. Once that's in, I can go and create my document items, and you can either type these in, and you can put in the cost and the price. And so if you don't have a lot of products, you can build this as you go. And it's kind of nice to be able to do this and see what my profit is on something. If I sell 100 of these, you know, right off the bat, you can see the total price, the shipping, the sales tax, and you're good to go. Up at the top, you see our profit margin, our commission, our cost, our extended cost. But where it really gets great is using the products table that is part of QuoteWorks. If I go to if I go to products at the top, up comes the products database, and we're just using the demo database for QuoteWorks here, and it's an audio-visual company. And so in this case, we might go and say, hey, we're going to add in, you know, for example, a home theater system, we might need to add, where's a plasma TV. So we click here, click a 60-inch, 61-inch plasma TV, just one of them, insert. Next thing we want to add is surround sound, and I can go and find the surround sound package. Maybe I want one for the top and one for the bottom, so I want two of those, and I append that to the end. If I want a remote, get a programmable remote, just need one, append that, goes to the end. If you want a projector for my theater, double click, add, there it is. Outdoor speakers, want 4 of them, append, labor, we'll get them a flat price labor. Append goes to the end. Now back inside of my quote, here's my quote all made and ready to go. In fact, I'll take my super widget and add this to the top. Hi there. And we're going to insert this at the top. Okay, so now with this and we're showing QuoteWorks and how it integrates with ACT in our little demo right now. So what this gives me is it gives me 2 items, and I want to group these together. I want my top item, which is my bundle, or my custom product, and then below here I might have a grouping. I'm just trying to make this as I go. See, I can group things by clicking on the first one, holding down the Shift key, clicking on the last one, Control G on the keyboard, and this groups them together. And I'm going to call this Bundled Entertainment System. Now what I can do with a bundle is I can make it optional, I can hide the prices, I can show the prices, whatever you want. Watch what happens when I go to print. Go to print here. First thing, I can choose the layout that I want. I can choose a cover page. I can choose literature, for example, about our company or about a particular product. Spec sheets will show up if I have the product. If the product I'm quoting has a spec sheet, it'll show up as an option to send. And let's hit preview here. So not really customized, but just an idea of what you can do on a cover page. You can make macros, but then take a look at this as we keep going. There's my quote. Again, totally customizable. You see I bundled the bundled entertainment center, so it's showing the items below there, but not showing their individual prices. Here's my About Us page. Here's our information about my product. And if I want, I can print this to a PDF. I can print it to my machine, or I can email out, and it basically makes an email and sends out to somebody from there. It's really pretty handy. Now, other kind of neat things, when I go to save this, it'll save back inside of ACT as a sales opportunity. So now I'm setting the opportunity stage. Remember, we talked about that in our first section. Maybe we're at the needs assessment. I can put some comments about this, associate with something else, put the competitor, click OK. Next thing it allows me to do is to schedule a follow-up phone call. And maybe I'd like to call them tomorrow just to make sure that they got my quote. So I'll set this for tomorrow. I can pick a date or a time if you want. And you can tell it if you want an alarm to pop up. All the same stuff you would see in ACT. Click OK. Now back inside of ACT, what this is doing, under Activities, here's my follow-up phone call. Down at the bottom. Under Opportunities, here's the new Super Widget project I just created. Now, if you go to the opportunity, you'll see the history there that the item was created. Opportunity histories show up at Opportunities rather than at Contacts. So you can go here and see under History, you can see here that a new history was created. They changed that a couple of years ago in ACT in terms of what version shows up or where the histories for opportunities show up. So they no longer show up at the contact level. They show up at the opportunity level. But as you're looking at this opportunity that we pushed in from QuoteWorks, it has the different products that we had. The different products that we had. We had the bundle, and then the other one was there. If I want to customize ACT a little bit further, I could add additional fields. If after you created your quote, you want to go and track a bunch of other fields about, maybe you want to do your project management here. You want to try and see, what stages or what items are being finished at what time. You can do that. But all of that can be done within ACT. Now, if you want to go change the quote back inside of QuoteWorks, I can go, if I've won it, I can go and convert it to an order. Once I convert to an order, that closes the deal inside of ACT, marks the sales opportunity as closed. You can give a reason for why you closed it. Take the close date. So back inside of ACT, the kind of cool thing about that is once that's marked as closed, you might want to refresh. There you go. So refresh, it says closed as one. Inside of ACT now you can go and take a look at your whole forecast, including the stuff came in from QuoteWorks or other places. So with this, if I chose to, I could go hit export to Excel. That's going to take all of my sales opportunities and push them to Excel, and based upon whatever filter. So I have all items going to Excel currently. And we'll take a look and watch what this does. The QuoteWorks piece has just an Access back end, so it's pretty easy to get in and do additional reporting. There's also a SQL version of it. But let's take a look here. So inside of Excel now, ACT pushed the opportunities to Excel, so I've got my list view. If I go to Data and Filter, I can say, hey, let's just look at the ones that are won. And if I want to set the, the create date, maybe we just want to see the filter for a particular range of dates. You can do that there just by setting the values there. Also, it gives me opportunity pivot chart, so I can manipulate this a little bit and set, for example, if instead of seeing it by record manager, I want to see it by sales stage. So now I can see the items by dollar sign or by dollar amount for every item in the pipeline. Now finally there's an opportunity chart. So for example here, if I want to see not just at stage, but who did them by stage, just add that in if you want to put it up here. So now I see by salesperson, total sales at the bottom, where they are in the process. So there's your Monday morning sales meeting right there. It's really easy to do and really pretty powerful. So anyway, for doing a lot of heavy coding, we really like using QuoteWorks. It works well. It's well supported. It's pretty affordable, and it just really supercharges what you can do with ACT.